Hi, I'm Andre Faust. I'm here in Barker's Point. Actually, I'm on Slough Road. And what I'm going to do today is really a remake of what I did last year when I used the Hubsan H107C drone, which is a little drone about yay big. So I'm going to do a remake of that. Today the weather is absolutely gorgeous. It's plus 2 degrees on this March 3rd, 2019. Last year it was let me see, it was February 26th that I had did the original footage, and comparative to last year, this year we have a lot more snow, I should say. Slow, yeah, what am I talking about? Anyway, we may be in for another flood come this spring. If we get the conditions of of a lot of temperature change, hot and cold, but we get into the 2-digit figures like last year, we might get the what I would call the flash flood syndrome that we had last year. Anyway, I hope not, but anyway, moving on, I'm going to go ahead and do the footage, and we'll see how it all turns out. Till then. Okay, here I am on Slough Road, and I've initiated my launch. And what you see in the foreground is the Irving pulp mills. Now I just turned around, and what you're seeing here is Slough Road, and how it got its name. Well, when we were young fellers, we used to drag in our cars at Slough. So right now I'm just looking at my camera to see how it's behaving, because what I'm going to try to do, without using any of the onboard technology, is a technique called a pullback. Wow, that is so cool. I'm doing that manually. I'm not using the technology. And there you got a really good shot of Slough Road. I remember my old 79 Trans Am drag racing up and down that street. Of course, as young fellas, we never thought that we could run somebody over. They were supposed to be where they were at. Anyway, those were the good old days. So I'm gaining a little altitude here. I'm going to max out at about 150 feet. Now, reminder, this is a remake of a video that I did last year, February 26, 2018. Now, as you're looking at the snow, last year you could actually see, I don't know what it's called, what you'd see in a hayfield or something. You'd actually see grass and whatnot. Now those two cylinders are what the Irving pulp trucks used to use to line up their pulp. They'd go in between those two rollers. So a side pen, and there we have the Cormier Apartments, and we just a glimpse of Dick Boudreau's. Unlike the video footage from last year, I don't really see Dick Boudreau's building in this video, and that's because where I'm parked almost in front of him. Last year I was parked up a little further, and I was also able to walk into the pulp fields. This year I couldn't because of the amount of snow. We've got about 3 times the amount of snow. You can see it looks pretty even. You don't see any of those growths anywhere. So we're taking a look at the Cormier Apartments, but towards the further end you see the Barker's Point School. So just getting a pan to get a general layout of the area, the second field, and what you're going to see right here is where Ken's Mountain used to be, used to be. They took it down, and it's now part of the Barker's Point bypass. So port side pan, I seem to like those port side. The old train bridge reaches the Fredericton way up there, way up north to Alaska, but we're not in Alaska, we're in Barker's Point. I'm doing a side swipe. Starboard pan, once again. So I'm just, kind of playing around. I'm not moving too far, and part of the reason is that one is for battery life, and the other is the way the sun was at. I couldn't get really into the areas that I would have liked to. So now I'm preparing my descent, my final approach for my landing. Again, because I'm so handy to the utility lines, I've got to pay attention because electromagnetic waves are emitted from those lines, and they can interfere with my transmitter. So I gotta think, the last thing that I want is something to go out of control.
Yep, geez, the old Slough Road. Memories. Many of us young fellows run that at high speeds. So I'm doing another pull back. I'm going to really come on to it right here and see what I can do. And that it's, well, it's all, you know, a learning experience. Let me have it. Well, let's get ready. Seven, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go. We punched her there. Again, that was done all manually. Geez, it's a wonder we ever survived those days when we used to run our cars and trucks up and down that road, all for a pint of beer or a case of beer, whatever the bet was. So I'm coming in for my final landing, doing it slow and easy, just to be sure that everything goes right. Well, here's the footage from last year, February 26. That was taken about almost the same time. And as you can see, the growth, which is not present this year. Now, of course, I'm running a little cheap drone there, the Hudson H107C. You know, the camera's about equivalent to what you would get on a pin chain or something like that. And of course, this little drone's got a lot of flutter. There's those drums from last year. Some things never change. There's rumors that property is going to be sold for development, but that's all it is. It's just rumors. But you take a look at the amount of snow that's there and what you see in the early footage. Hopefully that doesn't translate. There's Dick Woodrow's place again. You know, hopefully that this year we're not going to see the flood, but I fear that the probabilities are that we are. And if we do have another flood like last year, it's going to be unprecedented in all of New Brunswick's history that the St. John River has overflowed its banks, you know, twice, back to back, 2018 and possibly 2019. So fingers crossed that we don't get hit too hard. So I'm pretty well wrapping up this segment of this video. A lot of flutters and jellos. That's because of the cheap drone, but that's what you learn with cheap first and then expensive later. So I'm concluding. Till next time, take care and God bless.